Hello, everybody, and welcome to Professor P's podcast. I'm Natasha Palumbo, aka Professor P. I'm known for evoking the essence of spirituality by bringing the energetic fire, activating the mind, and speaking the truth. I'm so honored that you are here with us today. I thank you for joining. This podcast is focused on entrepreneurship, empowerment, and energetics. You're going to find a wealth of information inside, guest speakers, and the Elixir, a dose of energetic power. So let us join in on today's podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Professor P's podcast. I'm always so excited that you've joined me, and so I want to give you your love and acclimates right now. Thank you so much for being with me. I've actually been away for a while. I took off for the holidays, and I kind of stayed off is what happened. And the struggle is real. That's the topic for today. I have been struggling, and I want to know who out there has been struggling. Let me see. Now, you know this is my favorite part when you raise your hand. So let's go ahead. Raise your hands. Let me see. Oh, I see you. Yeah. Oh, and I see you too. Yes, I see you too. Yep. Listen, all of you are raising your hands right now because honestly, the struggle is real. On today's episode, truth be told, listen, I was really trying to get back into the groove of doing my podcast again. I still think it's holiday. I still think it's vacation time. I don't know what it is where we think the top of the new year is this brand new start. Can we just talk about that for a minute? Can we talk about how we have this misconception that just because it starts a calendar new year, that it will start a new year for us, that things will blossom into newness right away? This is a falsehood, and I think it's important that we talk about it. We never get the first week right of January because we're all still celebrating. And then we set these goals or New Year's resolutions of sorts and feel bad that we don't achieve them immediately. Let me tell you something. The earth doesn't even begin to make new until about spring. That's when earth begins to make new. Why are we not following the natural pattern of the planet we live on? I'm going to say that again. Why are we not following the natural pattern of the planet we live on? The planet that God created and gave us in a natural order, in a way that supports us with vegetables and fruits and land and air and the amazingness of his art as it's painted before us on the beautiful tapestries of the windows through our eyes that we see and reflect in the world around us. I think we need to pay more attention to being able to become rhythmically in tune to the newness of the earth, because you will see that that is when we actually begin to feel new again. I love that I'm okay when I have the struggle is real moment and I just push through. I'm really glad that I was able to push through today and bring this podcast to you. I'm really glad that I was able to know it was okay that I missed a couple of weeks ago when I really was trying to get it together and do the podcast again. How many of you out there have been struggling with the struggle is real? How many of you, what have you been dealing with? I want you to reach out to me. I want you to send me messages and tell me what you've been dealing with. Maybe we should talk about those things you've been dealing with right here. I would love to be able to share more with you of what you're feeling, because I know I'm not alone and I know you're not alone. So send me some information. Let me know what you're dealing with, and let this be your encouragement today. Just like suffering is necessary until it's no longer necessary, being in the struggle is real is only necessary till it is no longer necessary. And then we must move the struggle is real aside and step in to what needs to get done. This podcast needed to come out. This topic needed to come out. It actually continued to surface with me last week and bubbled up. But again, the struggle is real. I couldn't get to it. I wasn't able to sit down and allow the poetic flow from my voice off my lips into this microphone to be able to penetrate your soul today. But I wasn't really called until today, it seems. You see, this is why I'm always adamant about us being intentional with understanding our timetable is ours. It's ours. This is exactly when I was supposed to do this podcast. This is exactly when you were going to come and listen to it, because everything is in its divine order. But man, do I wish sometimes that the struggle is real wasn't so hard, or that there was a better way for some people out in this world to handle the struggle is real, because many of us can get stuck in it for far too long, just like many of us can get stuck in our traumas and our suffering for far too long. So finally, I said, that's it. I literally have a very small window of time right now. I've been out busily working today. I've had meetings. I've written up summaries. I have prepared emails for my students who I just love. I'm back on campus again this semester at Sac State, and I just love them. They are amazing. Shout out to my new students, and a big shout out to all my existing prior students. Professor P loves you. And I've been busy today, and I missed it. I marked this down. Now, here's the other thing about the struggle is real. Who can relate? You've marked it down. You marked it down in your book. You marked it down in your list. You marked it down. I marked it down. And I'm clapping because I'm getting excited because I marked it down. I even marked it down before, but it didn't have. I marked it down. I said, nope, I can tell that this is when it's going to be able to do it. I can do it now. I know I'm going to be able to get it in today. I know I'm going to be able to set and make it happen. And you know what happened? I went right past the time where I allocated for it. Yep. Who's with me? Who went right past the time that you allocated for that task that has you in the struggle is real moment? Oh, there goes the hands again. There they go. Oh, I feel your energy. I love when I feel your energy. I love when I can feel when you're listening to me. I love when I can feel when you are receiving. Listen, I moved right past it. So then I'm out doing additional work that I had, right? And I say, oh my gosh, the struggle is real. I need to sit down. I need to find the moment to create the Struggle is Real podcast, the topic for this one today that you're now getting. And I did it. And my window is going to close here in a couple minutes. But what I want you to do for your homework, because you know I love to always give you homework, I want you to journal about your own The Struggle is Real. What is it? What are those struggles? What can you really say to yourself in all honesty? Listen, this should not be a struggle. This needs to go ahead and move off my plate. I need to just go ahead and do it. I can make the time. If you just look and reflect at the time you may spend on social media, because now it tracks you, and some people spend 10, 12 hours on it. But even spending a few hours on it keeps you from doing your struggle list, because the struggle is real, right? If it's the motivation inside of you, I want you to know I am here. I can give you this little jolt of elixir right now. You're getting that dose of energetic power right now. And so I am sending you all of that to motivate you, that if I was able to get this out and all that I'm doing, you can find one thing from journaling and take care of it. And then I want you to continue to love yourself. I want you to continue to hold good space for yourself. I want you to understand that your timetable is your timetable and no one else's. We need to begin to take the pressure off. You know, as I was driving back here to get ready to do this podcast, I thought to myself, What would it be like if we as human beings, as living beings, were more in the flow of the natural order of not just the earth, but our divine calling? Ours. We only know that by seeking God. And that's my encouragement to you. By looking at the beautiful zone of genius, which is yours, and reflecting how you can become more empowered in that zone of genius, in that confidence, in your own rhythmic flow, so that you can take a little pressure off, so that you can end the struggling is real for far too long, so that you can stop sacrificing your family time, your self-care time, your sacred prayer time. And the list goes on and on. So part of your homework is to journal. It's to journal about your timetable and how it is divinely orchestrated, because your steps are ordered. How every moment is accounted for, just like the hairs on your head. I love that we get to co-create in this life with the Almighty Creator. It is really humbling. And my encouragement to you is that the struggle is real, but it gets to stop today. The way out is within. It is up to you to decide that you will no longer struggle in today. Thanks everyone for listening today. I hope you received a lot out of that episode and are feeling energized and ready for whatever lies ahead. If you did enjoy it, I'd appreciate it if you'd share it out. Thank you in advance for doing so. Please also connect with me on social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Natasha M. Palumbo. And until next time, be encouraged, be empowered, and as always, be well.